On behalf of Bell and our Team VALOR industry teammates, we'd like to thank the Collier Trophy Selection Committee for considering the Bell V280 VALOR for this year's award. We are proud to present the dawn of a new era in aviation history, the Bell V280 VALOR.
There is no other technology in this space that can provide this kind of speed and this kind of range, coupled with the agility, both at high speeds and at low speeds.
First time I flew a tilt rotor was phenomenal. You can see that it's a game changer right away.
There's nothing better than creating a technology that you know is going to save lives, that you know is going to help preserve freedom and deter our future adversaries.
So when we look around the world is not a safe place. Our threats continue to evolve very, very quickly in terms of how they're turning cycles of learning and technology really much quicker than we are. So for the United States Army, they've been critical in terms of defining modernization and what that looks like in terms of the national defense strategy.
So future vertical lift, it's time to move on for the U.S. Army. Time to modernize. These opportunities come every 40 years, and now we're at an inflection point.
Within everything that the Army's doing to modernize, the future long-range assault aircraft is absolutely critical to their success. When you look at the reach that they need and defined in terms of speed and range, as well as the agility of the aircraft, not just at the X, but through the entire mission profile. Having that agility, having that speed, having that range is what they need in order to be able to execute multi-domain operations.
Now is the time where we need to lean on technology, lean on our capabilities, lean on tilt rotor fundamentals to bring speed and range and lethality.
We were asked to design, build, and fly an aircraft in about 5 years, submit a report. We did all of that on time. Bell met all of its schedule milestones and its cost goals. The only company that's done that in recent history is Bell.
When you start talking about twice the ranges, twice the airspeeds, now you're talking about a transformational capability.
It's always amazing to see this aircraft fly. It's just incredible. The team's been flying the aircraft since December of 2017. Over that time, we had different tests that we set up and executed over the course of the program. We'd go out and we'd fly a mission to build up to our max speed. Our target was 280 knots, and we actually flew the aircraft at 305 knots. We exceeded that objective. We had objectives to be able to demonstrate that the aircraft could fly more than 200 nautical miles radius. So that's 200 out, 200 back. We were able to demonstrate that efficiency and capability of the aircraft. Over the last year of flight tests, the team was able to accomplish an incredible amount, especially given all the dynamics and interesting things going on in the world in 2020. Some of the things we demonstrated, we had an autonomy demonstration in January of 2020, where we actually took the aircraft through a full flight profile all the way from takeoff to landing with the pilot's hands off the controls. And so demonstrating how that technology could be integrated into this platform, building on all the capabilities that fly-by-wire system brings to the table.
When the actual test came, it was very odd, I gotta tell you, to sit back, flip one switch, and not touch it again until it was back on the ground. It did exactly what we designed it to do, what the computer told it to do, flawlessly, from that initial flip of a switch to turning it off again back on the ground. So it was quite an accomplishment.
We want to continue to demonstrate. So from January 20 through mid-year, about August, we went out and we conducted sling load ops.
This is something that's well within the aircraft's capabilities, but we continue to try to demonstrate more and more operational type maneuvers, more operational capability with the aircraft. External load, external lift was one of those opportunities we wanted to demonstrate for the customer and for the user community so they can see how tilt rotors can be applied during their missions.
Can you integrate another piece of mission equipment into your aircraft? Sure, we'll take a tactical common data link and integrate that and demonstrate over the horizon comms.
Demonstrated the ability to use our omnidirectional and our directional antennas beaming data and information from the aircraft down to a ground station. So that was very successful. We actually had a group watching the PDAS camera, the distributed aperture system camera on the bottom of the aircraft. That's also a capability that the pilots and the folks in the back of the aircraft have to be able to look through their helmet mounted display or their MFD at the load as they're hooking up and as they're flying the aircraft to see what the load is doing.
Based on the success we were having, the Army just kept challenging us, and we kept our cooperative relationship with the Army and kept delivering and kept demonstrating. We want to start developing the survivability of the aircraft, determining what the survivability factors are. We want to demonstrate that it's safe. We get Army test pilots in it. We want to demonstrate it's fast. We want to demonstrate it's agile. We want to demonstrate its multi-mission capability.
In 2020, we also had the first flight of the VALOR Mission Adaptive Control System, or VMAX. VMAX flight control laws are new software designed to provide the pilot with reduced pilot workload and let the pilot focus on the big picture of the mission.
And by the end of the year here, come December 20, we'll have over 200 hours on this aircraft, close to 160 test flights. We'll have demonstrated 300 knots, over 10 Army pilot test flights with Army pilots in the cockpit controlling the entire aircraft.
To be able to establish and prove out and demonstrate all these things. And that's what makes us unique from a lot of other configurations, quite frankly, in industry, is that we've been able to do our design in the digital environment, build that design and test it. And because of essentially the validity of our models, we've been able to test out and demonstrate exactly what we designed and that it behaved appropriately. We've continued to expand the envelope when it comes to the incorporation of additional software control laws and tuning, and the additional touch points with the user community, whether it's the folks in the back of the aircraft or whether it's new Army experimental pilots that are coming in to demonstrate the capability of the V-280 from their perspective.
What that really highlights is the incredible reliability and availability we've been able to achieve with the first of for a V-280.
It's a proven technology. I've got over 200 hours on this aircraft on a single developmental tilt-rotor aircraft, where other technologies, all of the prototypes built in the last 40 years combined, don't have the same number of informative, demonstrated proof and test flight hours on those technologies that you have in a tilt-rotor.
All right.
It's within our DNA to be innovative and to solve problems.
The V-280 is such an incredible aircraft, built on generations of knowledge, dating all the way back to the company that broke the sound barrier, to worked with the lunar landers and the first jetpacks. We are an innovative company that is continuously leaning forward to push the boundaries of aviation.
The great thing about the Bell team is that we're agile. So we have the ability to make sure that we are being responsive to the customer and their needs. And so our culture is built around innovation.
Our job is to take our operational experience, the experiences that we had, and relate those to engineering solutions. There's a great deal of interface between our operational experienced individuals and engineers that we have on the team. It's not just enough to innovate and to be an industry recognized expert in rotorcraft innovation. You have to be able to demonstrate your capability.
What we did now is we took a tilt rotor and took out the cost of procurement and took out the cost of sustainment. And we drove in reliability and we drove in sustainability on purpose, because we understand that affordability and sustainability are intentional.
This capability is transformative. It is the one that is timely, it's needed now.
The V-280 is the next generation. It is the next step in the evolution of tilt rotors.
Bell is focused on delivering innovative FEL solutions. Our concern is delivering a revolutionary new clean sheet capability to get to a future long-range assault aircraft with a significant amount of speed, range, and endurance.
Now, the capabilities that can provide from a non-military standpoint is humanitarian aid. So when you look at the future long-range assault aircraft, for example, with twice the speed and 2 times or more the range, you look at situations where you've got flooding here at the States, you've got other natural disasters. This is a capability that you can launch from very far away and you can get to places very quickly. And that's a capability that you just don't have in traditional vertical lift helicopters or in an airplane that needs a runway to land and to take off and land from. Because the V-280 is intended to be multi-mission, we designed it to be a key part of life-saving missions. The back of the aircraft can be configured for MEDEVAC transport, and we know VALOR's unmatched speed and range capability will be a difference maker when someone needs critical medical attention. The V-280 VALOR has an important mission as a future long-range assault aircraft for the Army, but its mission is one that extends beyond our military, securing the United States' dominance in commercial and military vertical lift flight technology for decades to come. We have demonstrated performance with twice the speed, twice the range, low-speed agility, and mission adaptability, including sling load and fast rope. Efficiency with the demonstration of autonomy, use of the digital thread, rapid integration of flight software, and our effect on mission affordability through the modular open systems approach. And safety, with our excellent track record over 3 years of flight tests and our unique aircraft design, maximizing the survivability for those within the aircraft and those served by the aircraft's high speed and range, such as in humanitarian and MEDEVAC missions. You just feel blessed to be able to work on a product that's so unique, has such an amazing capability from a physics standpoint, is that important to the warfighter and really to the nation at large when it comes to national defense.
Myself and several of the folks I work with here at Bell, we've lost friends, we've lost soldiers that were shot down low and slow coming in and out of landing zones. This is a difference maker in terms of what you can do and the element of surprise that you can achieve and the survivability you can achieve when you can get in and out of a landing zone so quickly. You're in cruise mode with the aircraft, the acoustic signature is low, you're on the deck, treetop level, coming into a landing zone, you get on the ground, those troops are egressing very quickly, and you're back out of there over 200 knots within 30 seconds. That's a difference maker. That's gonna save lives.
The V-280 VALOR flight test program heralds a new future for vertical lift. We are pleased to present the value of our achievements to the Collier Trophy Selection Committee for your consideration. Thank you.